My beloved child, do not move away from this moment, because what is arriving in your heart right now is not ordinary, and if you leave too early, you may miss the exact sentence meant for you today. There are moments when time feels strangely heavy, when even a few seconds seem louder than an entire day, and this is one of those moments. Something inside you already felt that before this message began. That is why your eyes stopped here. That is why your attention stayed. Not by accident. Not randomly. Something deep within you recognized that this message carries a weight your spirit has been trying to understand. Do not skip, because what comes next may touch a memory you have hidden for a very long time. There is someone you love, someone whose name still lives softly inside your chest. Sometimes you remember them without warning. Sometimes a small silence, a song, a familiar hour of the day, or an empty chair can suddenly bring their presence back so strongly that it feels like they are near again. You have asked questions in silence that no one heard. You have wondered whether they still know your thoughts. You have wondered whether love can still cross what human eyes cannot see. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There are feelings that never truly disappear. Love like that does not vanish. It changes form, but it does not end. And there are times when the heart becomes quiet enough to receive what words cannot normally explain. This may be one of those times for you. You have carried more than people know. Even when you smiled, even when you acted normal, even when you answered everyone with strength, there were nights when your heart replayed old moments no one else could understand. Certain conversations still return to you. Certain unfinished words still remain. A look, a farewell, a silence, a moment you wish had lasted longer. And yet today there is something important you must hear carefully. Love is never erased by distance beyond sight. Do not skip now, because the next part matters deeply. Sometimes you think the signs you notice are only imagination. A sudden memory. A dream that feels too real. A feeling that someone familiar is near when the room is empty. But there are moments in life when the soul notices what logic cannot explain. And those moments often come when your heart most needs courage. You have been asking quietly for reassurance. Even if you never said it aloud. You wanted to know whether your life is still being watched with love. Whether your pain is noticed. Whether your tears that nobody saw still mattered somewhere beyond this world. Listen carefully, nothing carried by love is ever forgotten. There is a reason your attention is still here. A reason this title caught you at this exact time. A reason your spirit did not scroll away like every other passing thing. Because there are words your heart has waited longer than you realize to hear. The person you miss would never want your heart to stay trapped inside fear. They would never want your days to become smaller because of what was lost. They would want you to keep walking, even when your steps feel uncertain. They would want you to remember that your life still carries meaning that has not yet fully opened. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. You may feel lately that time is moving strangely around you. Certain thoughts return again and again. Certain names appear unexpectedly. Certain memories feel unusually alive. And you have wondered why now, why suddenly, why this feeling has become stronger. Because sometimes the heart reaches a doorway before the mind understands it. And this doorway is not about fear. It is about awakening. About realizing that your story is not frozen where pain touched it. There is still movement ahead. There is still a chapter you have not seen. Do not skip, because this next truth is for you. The hardest thing you have carried is not only missing someone. It is the unanswered weight of what you wish you could still say. Maybe you wish you had one more minute, one more call, one more chance to speak gently, clearly, fully, one more chance to tell them what remained unfinished. But hear this carefully now, love often speaks loudest through what remains alive in you. Every kindness you still carry because of them, every lesson you learned through them, every strength you found after losing them, those things are not empty memories. They are living proof that what mattered continues. And right now, you are closer than you realize to a moment that may shift something inside you. Something you have been waiting for silently is beginning to move. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly, but truly. A door you thought was closed may begin to open in a way you did not expect. A burden that felt endless may begin to loosen. A confusion you carried may soon become clearer than before. But first, you must remain present enough to receive it. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There are people around you who see your daily face, but they do not fully know the conversations you have with your own heart when everything becomes silent. They do not know how often you replay old feelings. They do not know how often you ask whether life is guiding you somewhere meaningful. Yet today, what matters is that you hear this clearly. Your story is not paused. Your heart is not forgotten. Your future is not empty. And the love you think is far away still leaves echoes stronger than you imagine. Do not skip now, because in the next moment of your life, whether today, tomorrow, or very soon, you may notice something small that suddenly feels impossible to ignore. A sentence, a memory, a call, a meeting, a timing so precise that your heart stops for a second. When it happens, remember this moment. Remember that before it arrived, you were already being prepared to notice it. Not everything meaningful enters life with noise. Some of the biggest moments begin quietly, almost like a whisper. And whispers are often missed by those who hurry. So stay here. Breathe slowly, because this message is not ending yet, and the strongest line may still be the one your heart needs most. There is still something ahead that will make sense of why you stopped here today. Do not skip. Before the next minute passes, listen carefully, because what your heart has been trying to understand may begin to connect right now in a way you did not expect. There are certain moments in life when everything outside looks normal, yet inside, something feels unusually still, as if your spirit is waiting for a sentence, a sign, or a truth that has been delayed for far too long. This is why you must not leave now. Do not skip, because sometimes the most important words arrive quietly, and only those who stay long enough can feel their full meaning. You may have noticed that lately certain memories return without warning. A face appears in your mind while you are doing something ordinary. A voice you once knew seems almost present in silence. A feeling from long ago returns for no visible reason. And every time it happens, you ask yourself why now, why today, why at this exact hour. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There are moments when the heart receives reminders before the mind understands them. You may call it memory, but sometimes it feels deeper than memory, as if something important is trying to rise to the surface because you are standing very close to a moment of realization. The person you love, the one whose absence still carries weight inside you, remains connected to the deepest part of your emotional world. Not through fear, not through confusion, but through the lasting imprint that true love leaves behind. That is why some days feel ordinary, and then suddenly one thought changes the entire atmosphere around you. Do not skip now, because what comes next may explain why your attention is still here. You have probably asked questions in silence that nobody around you knows about. Questions you never fully spoke aloud because some feelings are difficult to explain. You wondered whether unfinished love still has meaning, whether your words, even unspoken ones, still matter somewhere beyond what human eyes can measure, whether someone you miss would still want you to move forward when certain days feel emotionally heavy. The answer hidden inside your own heart has always been stronger than you believed. Because love that shaped your life never disappears, it continues through what it taught you, through what it left inside you, through the strength you developed after moments that once felt impossible to survive. And right now, there is a reason you are hearing this. Something in your life is preparing to shift, not loudly, not dramatically, but clearly enough that when it happens, you will remember this exact moment and understand why your spirit was restless before it arrived. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There are people who pass through content quickly, never stopping long enough to receive what may actually matter to them. But you stopped. You remained here. That means something in you is searching beyond ordinary distraction. Sometimes the heart recognizes timing before the mind accepts it. You may soon notice a detail that feels too exact to ignore. A conversation that arrives unexpectedly. A familiar name appearing again. A thought returning at the exact moment you needed clarity. A door opening in a place where you expected silence. And when that happens, remember this carefully. Not every meaningful turning point announces itself loudly. Some arrive quietly, yet leave a mark so deep that you remember the moment forever. Do not skip, because the strongest truth may still be ahead. You have carried hidden weight for longer than many people realize. Even when you looked calm, even when you answered normally, there were private moments when your mind returned to things unfinished. Things you wished had happened differently, words you wish had lasted longer, moments you wish had not ended so soon. Yet life has a way of protecting meaning even when time moves forward. The love you carry has not made you weak. It has made you deeper, more aware, more capable of understanding things that others often miss. And because of that, you are often able to feel changes before they fully arrive. That may be exactly what is happening now. Something inside you has already sensed that a meaningful moment is near, even if you cannot explain why. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Very soon, you may hear a sentence, receive a message, or witness a moment that suddenly feels connected to everything you have quietly carried. And the reason it will feel powerful is because your heart has been preparing for recognition long before your mind could name it. Do not move away too quickly from this feeling. Some truths only become clear when you allow yourself to remain present. And presence is rare in a world where everyone rushes. So remain here for a little longer. Because what comes after silence is often the line people remember most. Do not skip. The next part may hold the exact sentence your heart has been waiting to hear. Right now, before this moment passes, hold your attention here, because what you are about to hear may explain why certain feelings have followed you so closely lately. There are times when life looks ordinary on the outside, but inside, the heart becomes unusually alert, as if it knows something important is near. You may have felt that recently. A strange pause before sleeping. A sudden memory during a normal day. A quiet moment that felt heavier than it should have. These are the moments people often ignore, but today you stopped, and that matters. Do not skip, because some messages only reveal their meaning to those who remain until the end. The person you love, the one whose memory still carries warmth and weight together, remains connected to some of the deepest emotions you still carry, not in a way that traps you in sadness, but in a way that reminds you how powerful love becomes when it leaves a permanent mark on your life. Sometimes you think you have moved past certain feelings, and then one ordinary second changes everything. A familiar scent, a voice that sounds similar, a date, a time of evening, and suddenly your heart remembers with full clarity. It is never random when that happens. It means your heart still protects what truly mattered. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There is also something else you must understand carefully. Not every silence means emptiness. Some silences are full of meaning, full of memory, full of answers that arrive slowly because the heart must be ready before it can fully receive them. You may have asked inwardly why certain thoughts return exactly when you're trying to move forward, why some nights feel reflective without warning, why certain names still feel powerful even after time has passed. The answer may be simpler than you imagined, because some connections shape your inner world so deeply that they continue teaching you long after visible moments are gone. Do not skip now, because the next truth is important. Very often, people think they are waiting for a big event, while in reality life is preparing them through small details first. A sentence heard unexpectedly, a memory returning at the perfect time, a feeling that tells you something is shifting before anything visible has changed. This is why your attention today is important. Because sometimes your heart notices preparation before your mind sees proof. And something inside you already knows that this message is not arriving on an ordinary day. You may soon experience a moment that feels too exact to ignore. It may be a conversation that answers a question you never voiced aloud. It may be an unexpected opening where you thought nothing would move. It may be clarity arriving in an area where confusion stayed for too long. When that moment comes, remember this feeling. Remember that before clarity arrived, there was first stillness. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. You have survived more emotional weight than many people realize. There were days when you spoke normally while carrying thoughts nobody could see. There were moments when you appeared calm while inside you were revisiting things left unfinished. Yet even in those quiet struggles, something inside you continued moving forward. That quiet strength matters more than you know. Because often the strongest people are not the loudest ones. They are the ones who continue even when no one sees the effort. And perhaps that is why this moment feels personal. Because your heart recognizes words when they arrive at the right time. Do not skip, because the strongest line may still be ahead. There are people who scroll quickly and forget everything they hear. But there are also rare moments when someone stays because a sentence begins touching something real inside them. If you are still here, then one part of you is waiting for confirmation that what you feel has meaning. And yes, it does. What you carry is not empty emotion. What you remember is not wasted tenderness. What still matters to you has shaped who you are becoming. And that is why what happens next in your life may feel more significant than expected. A small moment may soon arrive carrying unusual emotional weight, so small that others may overlook it, yet so precise that you immediately feel its importance. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Do not rush away from this moment. Because sometimes the sentence that changes how you see everything appears only after patience. And the next part may contain exactly that sentence. If your heart is still here, then listen even more carefully now, because this part may reach the exact place inside you that has remained silent for a very long time. There are moments when a person feels something before understanding it. No clear reason, no visible explanation. Just a quiet certainty that something meaningful is near. You may have felt that recently in the middle of an ordinary hour, when everything around you looked normal but your thoughts suddenly became deeper than usual. Do not skip, because this is where many people leave too early and miss the sentence they needed most. The reason this feeling has become stronger is because your heart has been standing near an emotional turning point without fully realizing it. Not a dramatic moment, not something loud, but something precise, something that arrives quietly and changes the meaning of what you have been carrying. The person you love, whose memory still moves through your thoughts unexpectedly, remains connected to some of the strongest parts of who you are. Certain people leave behind more than memories, they leave ways of seeing life, ways of feeling. Ways of understanding silence itself. That is why even now, after time has passed, one memory can still stop you completely. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. You may have noticed that some nights feel unusually reflective. You think of words never fully spoken. You revisit moments that lasted only seconds but remained powerful for years. You wonder why certain emotions return exactly when you believe they had become quiet. It happens because the heart protects unfinished meaning until the right moment arrives. And perhaps that right moment is closer than you think. Do not skip now, because the next thought matters deeply. Sometimes life prepares a person through stillness before revealing why that stillness was necessary. While you believed nothing was moving, something inside you was becoming ready to recognize an answer, ready to receive peace, ready to understand why certain feelings refuse to disappear. There is a reason you stopped here today instead of moving away like every other passing moment. A part of you knew that this message carried something personal. Not because it tells you something completely new, but because it says clearly what your heart has been trying to form into words. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Soon, perhaps sooner than expected, you may notice one moment that feels unusually exact. A familiar phrase spoken by someone unexpectedly. A memory arriving together with new clarity. A quiet sign that suddenly makes your thoughts pause because it feels too perfectly timed. And when that happens, remember this: the strongest moments are often small when they arrive, but unforgettable after they pass. You do not need noise to recognize meaning. You only need enough stillness to notice what truly touches you. Do not skip, because many people never stay long enough to hear what changes their perspective. You have carried invisible strength through days that looked ordinary to everyone else. People saw your routine, your face, your answers, but they did not always see the private conversations inside your mind, the questions that returned, the memories that visited when everything became quiet. Yet through all of that, you continued. That quiet continuation is more powerful than you realize. Because strength is often hidden inside simple acts, continuing, hoping, listening, remaining open even after difficult seasons. And now something within you is beginning to understand that what once felt unfinished may soon feel lighter. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There are words you needed long ago, but perhaps you are hearing them now because now you can finally hold them without fear. Not everything delayed is lost. Sometimes delayed understanding arrives stronger because your heart has grown enough to receive it fully. And if you feel that something in this moment is reaching you personally, trust that feeling. Because meaningful words often arrive quietly before important inner change begins. Do not skip. The next part may be the one that stays with you long after this video ends.